everybody. Claudia McMullen here from Hugo Coffee Roasters and Hugo's Human. As you know, we are a coffee roasting company that supports animal rescues and sanctuaries nationwide. And weekly, we try to do it weekly, but we try to every week pick a rescue or a sanctuary nationwide that does the fine work of animal welfare. And this week, we are with the lovely Alicia from the sanctuary at Bluebird Lane. Is that right? Yes, sanctuary at Bluebird Lane. It kind of reminds me of that show, Firefly Lane. Anyway, so Alicia, good morning or good afternoon. Tell me all about the sanctuary at Bluebird Lane.
All right. Well, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We unofficially have always done a lot of animal rescue. In 2020, we got prompted to make that official. And in 22, we got our nonprofit status. So we do offer sanctuary to a number of dogs and some farm animals. But our main focus is on bringing awareness and helping bring Spanish Galgos and Podencos, which are sight hounds, similar to a greyhound, from Spain to the Rocky Mountain West. There are other rescues in the US that do work with Podencos and Galgos, but the logistics and cost to get them into the Rocky Mountain region is a bit of a challenge. And we just, we wanted to be able to help people bring those dogs here because it's something we believe in. And there's just some really great homes here that we wanted to tap into. So that's our mission.
So a couple things. Okay. One, tell everybody where you're located and obviously your reach is international because you're helping the Galgos and Podencos in Spain. So let's talk about where you are and then the reach of where your adoptions come from, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're actually located just outside of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, in a little town called Thane, Wyoming. When we fly Galgos in, we do have some fantastic Spanish rescue partners, a Bees and Hound Rescue, Animal Hotel, Mandy's Rescue Dogs. We primarily focus on working with those groups, and we transport the Galgos and Podencos. They have to fly into either Los Angeles or San Francisco on Iberia because for safety, those are our direct flights that can come right in. And then we actually have to travel the dogs. We usually fly in 6 at a time, and we travel them from LA back across to Wyoming, meeting adopters on the way. Our route typically will go Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Salt Lake, and then into Thane, Wyoming. If we have more northern adopters, we have a transport that's happening this weekend. So we'll actually travel from Los Angeles, north up the Sierras to Reno, and then across to Salt Lake from there, Logan, Utah, and then home to Thane. So
that's fantastic.
We adopt all. Oh, go ahead, Claudia.
I said, that's fantastic. But I do want to talk about, because I was so fascinated by the work you're doing, because I had never even, and again, I ran an animal rescue, man. Like, it's kind of my thing. And I didn't know what a Galgo or a Podenco hound was. So talk to me a little bit about the why are they the breed of choice for the sanctuary? Like, what is it about these breeds that grabbed you so?
So I think if you've ever loved a sight hound, it's just one of those things. If you're a sight hound person, there's just something really unique. They're some of the oldest dogs on the planet. They're just really incredible. And I think we know a lot about greyhounds. So you can think of Galgos and Podencos as sort of their Spanish greyhound counterpart. The Galgos and Podencos in Spain, unfortunately, do not fall under their animal protection laws. They are considered livestock. They're used for hunting and heavily bred. And they're just really unwanted. About 50,000, more than 50,000 Galgos and Podencos are abandoned or killed at the end of hunting season each year. So for us, because we love sight hounds, we see these noble, incredible, quirky, loving animals that really need help. And there's not a lot of hope for them in Spain. It's getting better. There's some fantastic groups working to educate. But we just saw a great need there. And they really, in a way, to get adopted need to leave the country because
Sure.
they're in a surplus there and people don't want them. The Podencos they refer to as the Great Forgotten. They're even less known than the Galgos, and um, I would say have an even harder time finding homes, but they're just really special, exceptional
Mm,
creatures that are happy to have fun with you and interact, but like their greyhound counterparts are happy to lounge on the couch, and they're just
mhm,
really there's something about they carry a grace and a strength and a courage, I think, we just find really inspiring, and so that
mm.
was we just love them. Once you meet or know a Galgo or Podenco, it is hard not to be sold on
I
them. They're
really can't wait to meet a Galgo or Potato. I swear to God. I'm so mad at myself. I just realized I just came back from Jackson and I drove right by you and I didn't stop in. Damn it. I will totally do so the next year because
well,
I'm
we'll be Claudia, we're coming through Salt Lake. We'll have four Galgos and a pod with us. Two
in.
pods actually this weekend, so maybe you can meet some.
Oh yeah. I'm totally we'll talk about this offline, but I'll
Perfect.
totally be interested in the details of how to get down there and meet one of these majestic animals,
Anytime.
honestly.
They are
Because
they're really special. They are very special.
I just and I'm gathering that in the country of Spain, they're not thought of as obviously they're not thought of as special. They're thought of as livestock. So that even if there were that the Spanish culture doesn't embrace them in any way as a pet.
No, it is getting much better. There's a lot of education happening, and um, people are becoming more informed. But yeah, by and large, they're seen more as a tool,
Yeah.
and people don't look at them again, especially the Podencos, as a loving family member.
Yeah.
So they don't, and there's so many of them. They breed so many that they just need a lot of help, and they need
Yes.
people to know about them.
Yes, and thank God for you. Thank God for you and the other organizations out there that are bringing awareness to the plight of the Galgos and Podencos because it is really quite horrific, frankly. We're not going to go into those details because I can't stand it, but
No,
not good. It's not good.
no, it isn't good.
Yeah,
That it isn't
alive, but
good.
not good.
No.
So tell me also a little because I know that I've heard, in the rescue community, there are always the naysayers, like the people, well, why don't you do it more locally? There's animals in need down the street, or in the next town over. Why would you have to go internationally to save the Podencos and Galgos? Why, Alicia? Why? What's your response to that?
Well, other than what I said about them not getting really adopted or help in Spain, I think the thing for us is we don't believe that love has boundaries, geographical boundaries. Um, for us, every creature deserves love and a great space to be, and we don't see that as being related to, lines on a map. Um,
Hmm.
I think all humans and creatures are worthy of help and love, and I would challenge anyone who you know, thinks that you can't help creatures or animals from other locations to explain to me in reverse why that is. I mean, as a rescuer, um, you're always going to have to say no. You can't rescue all the dogs in Wyoming or all the dogs in New York. So in
Or
my
all
mind,
of Spain,
you're always saying no on
right?
some level.
Because you can't. That you cannot rescue. You can't rescue out of this problem
No,
of
no, it's just math.
overpopulation. Yeah, of overpopulation, abuse, and neglect. You can only do what you can do.
That's
And
right.
I love the concept that love doesn't have boundaries, geographic or otherwise, and
No,
that these creatures are also fellow sentient beings that deserve to live their life with love, health, and respect. And thank God for your organization, organizations like yours, that you give as many as you can an opportunity to do so.
absolutely. I mean, you just say yes where you can. You help how you can. You do what you can, and that help is not better or worse because of a location. So,
I agree 100%. I just want to get that out there in
no,
case
it's a great question, and we get asked that
you
a
got
lot.
any
So
blowback. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to say love is love and there's no geographic boundary, damn it.
you can send them to me. I'm always happy to answer that question.
And also, so now, Alicia, let's talk about in addition to the dogs, you also have farm animals on your property. And are the farm animals for sanctuary?
Yep, so my very first quarter horse is here, and he is obviously not a rescue creature,
Mhm.
but the majority of the other animals, the farm animals we have, either we're in sort of a bad situation or we're headed to the end of their life in a way that wasn't really dignified or worthy of the work they've done in life, so, we have 19, not counting all the chickens, 19 various farm animals that are permanent residents here. We have a really special retired um, horse that's coming the end of September. We were lucky to get a sponsor for his hay and his
Right.
dental, so we were able to say yes to him, and he'll come and retire here. He worked more than 24 years as a guide horse and outfitting horse, and he's stiff and sore, and
Mhm.
he's really never gotten to just have a leisurely life. So Romeo will come, and that'll make 20, and we have sheep, we have Icelandic sheep, we have 3 donkeys,
I know. I
2
saw the picture today.
2 mini horses. We had mules overnighting with us yesterday just for one night. A friend of ours was coming through, and we got to have some mule hugs this morning, so yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh,
And
we have
about
pigs.
Oh, good. I love pigs. I just said to Beth today, I swear to God, just this morning, I was like, I got to find a pig to pet.
You come anytime, we have 3, and they love to get scritchies. They're awesome.
It's like, really, I kind of have a need to pet
They're
a pig
they're
right
cool.
now. I
They're
know.
cool.
So now tell me a little bit also about how many of the Galgos and Podencos get rescued through your organization, maybe annually.
Yep. So annually, it's like this coming transport for 6 dogs. We did not have an international. Usually our flight is donated by a wonderful group called Galgo Pod. They
Oh,
sponsor a lot of our flights. Just for this one in September, we didn't have a donation on that. So it costs about
cool.
8,556 to bring those 6 dogs over, and then we have that huge round trip. So we normally do 4 transports a year with about 6 dogs on each transport.
Mhm.
So we bring in about 24 dogs a year.
Mhm.
Sometimes, um, our friends and partners, Save a Galgo Espanol, will offer us a flight spot on one of their transports. We'll do the same for them. So occasionally we'll bring in a couple extra dogs if we can get a spot, but yeah, it's a huge undertaking, the logistics, the USDA
Sure.
APHIS paperwork. It's so that's 24 is kind of our max that we can afford and do right now.
Right. But the other thing is you're also you're educating people.
For sure.
You're educating people about the plight of these creatures. So whether you yourself are actually transporting them and rescuing them, your work is well past if the impact is well beyond those 24.
Well, in each of those dogs coming in, we have some of the most amazing adopters. We're very thoughtful about, we work for the dogs, so we're thoughtful about matching them. And those people love deeply, and for every dog we adopt, that awareness gets spread to that state when they're out. People are drawn to them, they're eye-catching, so I think as our little Bluebird family grows, that network of spreading that awareness and just educating people also
Mhm.
continues to grow, which is really important.
I think it's fantastic. Okay, so I could talk to you all day, but we're going to talk about the fundraiser right now
Oh,
because
yes.
I didn't educate. I mean, our fan base knows about the fundraisers, but yours might not. So how it works is through the course of this week, we started Monday morning, it ends Sunday at midnight. We donate $2.50 for every item sold on the website during the course of the week-long fundraiser. Now, importantly, the coffee is really good.
It
It's
is.
served in five-star resorts in Park City, Utah for a reason. It's damn good coffee. Two, if you don't drink coffee, we have great mugs, we have good swag, we have dog toys, there are things you could t-shirts, things you can buy to support the sanctuary at Bluebird Lane and these wonderful animals. And I donate $2.50 for every item sold during the course of the week. And it's only Wednesday. So we have 4.5 more days. So let's get the word out and spread the love, Alicia, and make anybody who lives in Wyoming, anywhere around here who drinks coffee should be drinking Hugo coffee.
Heck yes, we're stoked.
Good. And then the other thing I wanted to alert your fan base to is we are going to be launching an affiliate program in 20 shortly. We're working on a new website now, but when that launches, then we'll do the
Cool.
and then the affiliate program. Beth will send you a shortened URL for you to send out to your fan base, and anytime they buy Hugo coffee products online, we'll donate $2.50 going forward into the future.
That's awesome,
Which is
Claudia.
awesome.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question for you, Alicia.
Okay.
Say we kill it. Say we raise like $300 to $500 during the course of this fundraiser. What kind of impact would that kind of donation have on the sanctuary?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, we cannot do it alone. And as you saw from that number, it's expensive. So all the fundraising that comes from this Hugo partnership this week will go towards the dogs flying in October from Spain. And we'll have 7 dogs on that flight. So it'll help cover their Iberia fee. That would actually, if we raise 500, that'll cover 1.5 dogs on their Iberia fees. It's 350 euros per dog to fly.
Fantastic. Boy, now I want to raise 1,000.
It's good. It always goes to, we can always put it to good use.
Of course you can. Of course. All right. So Alicia, you do your part. I'll do my part. We'll get the word out. We'll get people to buy. We have 4.5 more days because I want to write you a big old check on Monday.
Hey, we can't wait. And we have been posting every day and telling everybody, go buy your Hugo coffee, please.
I love it. Keep it up, girl.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Claudia. See you. Bye.
Have a great weekend.